Hi, Jan. Nice to meet you. I'm Gabriele from Every Eye Kit from Italy. We see your story, your fears, your happiness in the movie, but I would like to hear these emotions from you. What did you feel when you won the GT Academy and started to race for real?
A good question. So it's the joint best moment of my life, really, because I was on the podium, and the person announcing that I'd won the academy was Eddie Irvine. You must know Eddie Irvine, Ferrari driver, but his accent is very strong. So when he said my name, he said it very fast, and I didn't quite understand. And then there was the person who finished second was a Spanish guy, and he started spraying champagne in my face. And then I realized I'd won the academy. So it was awesome. It was the joint best moment of my life. It's awesome, because I knew that my life would then completely change. I didn't know where I was going, but I knew I'll be doing something which was my dream.
Amazing. My website talks about video games and esports, so let's talk about video games. What do you think about GT's game today and in general about the current evolution of racing games? Are you still a player?
I still play, not as much as previously with like entering the academy, but I still play for fun. The reason why I play GT or any racing game is to drive the car which I would like to drive in real life, and I'll also play online. So GT1 till maybe GT5, I just wanted to use cool cars. And then of course when GT5 had PSN on PlayStation 3, then I started to race online just with real people. And that's how I got the enjoyment out of it. And it's still the same reason why I play to this day. And of course the development is crazy. The step from Gran Turismo 2 to GT3 on the PS2, like the difference in graphics and the physics was like the mind-blowing back then. And then also the difference between GT5 Prologue and 6 is huge as well in terms of physics. And then 7 is GT5 to Sport. And then of course you have 7, which is another leap.
Cool, thank you. You are the living proof that dreams can become true, and this is the main topic of the movie. What would you say to a young man or woman who have an ambitious dream?
There's going to be people. I believe when you're a child, you have many dreams, many things, ambitions you want to do, and whether that be family, friends, teachers, they will sometimes extinguish those dreams for you. They'll come for reasons. You have to protect your sanctity, your dreams. So you only know what you want to do with your life. Nobody else. You don't follow nobody else. You have to have your core belief of what you want to do with your life. It's a hard question to ask sometimes, but nobody's coming to save you. You have to be very sure of what you want to do. I was lucky that I had two parents that were encouraging of do something in life which brings you purpose and passion. Of course, when you're 10 years old, when my dream was to be a racing driver, and then you get to 15, you realize, okay, the world is it's going to be very difficult to be this racing driver, but I never let the fire extinguish. So when the opportunity of GT Academy presented itself, I was like, okay, now I need to go here. But I don't think this would have happened if I didn't keep this dream alive, because maybe I would have been in the wrong place not aware of the academy, because I let the dream disappear. So you have to follow your dreams, your purpose.
Great. One very last question. How did you feel when they asked you to make your story into a movie?
Initially, I think of all the negativity that could come with it, but that's a selfish reason. So when I thought about it, I was thinking, okay, if one person can be inspired from watching this, then it's a win for me. And I feel very lucky to be able to tell the story. It's still not, from my point of view, it's still not finished, because I have more racing to do. There's more I want to achieve. But if it can help inspire one person, I'm I feel very lucky to be able to do that.
Great, thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Nice talking to you. Bye now.
Bye. Okay. Hi Neill, nice to meet you. So, how was to switch from your last movies, sci-fi and horror movies, to a racing movie? What were your challenges for Gran Turismo?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a very unlikely film for me to do. I mean, I'm even surprised that I directed this movie. But you know, when I got the screenplay for it, I thought you couldn't make a film about Gran Turismo. It didn't make sense because it's just a racing simulator. But when I read the screenplay, I was kind of really struck immediately by this idea that it was a biography. I didn't know anything about Jann Mardenborough, and I didn't know about GT Academy. And it was this idea of a biography, which is basically a drama mixed with a video game film. I thought that mixture was so unusual and so interesting. But the main reason that I decided to do it was because it had this kind of positive feeling about the movie. The ending of it felt like sports dramas that I saw when I was a kid that made me inspired when I left the theater. And I never in a million years thought that I would direct a movie that did that. But when I read the screenplay, I was like, I would actually like to make a film like this. I want to see if I can make a film like this. And that was really, you know, the combination of those three elements, the fact that it was a biography mixed with a game movie, and then also this uplifting tonal quality about it that felt like old school sports dramas. I just thought this is a cool combination of things.
Great, thank you. This movie is a biopic, but also a movie about a video game for the fans of the series. How did you manage to combine these two different souls?
It was actually quite difficult because you have to make sure that tonally you're being consistent and that the tone isn't wavering between two different kinds of movies. So I was trying to look at it from a holistic, very high level the whole time of tonally, where do I feel like this is right now? What does the scene feel like? And how do I make it consistent? So if I brought video game imagery into reality, like when he's in the gaming cafe or when he's at home on his own setup, it's like mixing the family dynamic or the friend dynamic with it and trying to keep it like it feels like just an everyday drama, but not having the CG overwhelming or become too fake or too disparate from that tonal feeling of a biography. So it's really like a scene by scene thing that you're just trying to feel out and make sure that it's okay. I also knew that I could pull back on it in visual effects if I needed to. So I didn't have to commit to it like when, you know, at that exact moment. I could moderate it in post.
Amazing. One very last question. In Italian, this movie has a subtitle, The Story of an Impossible Dream. Because this movie is about dreams come true, but also about the very tough challenges we have to face to realize them. Have you ever felt like Jann? And what would you say to someone who have an impossible dream?
That's an interesting question. I mean, I feel like whatever the dream is, if you don't feel like you can get up and try to do it every day for 10 years with everyone telling you it's not possible, then it probably isn't, you're not the right person then for it, you know? You should just quit now. And like, don't go through it. Don't waste the time. Do something else.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.